How's it going, you wonderful people? It's Jay, and in today's video we're going to be looking at some weird, wonderful and very strange Nintendo games. So let's hop in a warp pipe and do this. When you think of Nintendo, you think of incredible games, amazing gameplay, innovation and all the good stuff. You've got Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, Metroid and everything in between. But deep within Nintendo's archives are some weird, wacky and wonderful games that we're going to look at today. Some of these were licensed to other developers and studios, some of them were actually made by Nintendo themselves. So let's check them out. Have you ever wanted to learn to touch type but in a fun, quirky and Mario kind of way? Well, released back in 1992, Mario Teaches Typing does just that. It's a licensed game for DOS, Mac and Windows, and it allows you to play through a set of different lessons to put those fingers to good use. You could be tapping away letters to bounce on poor Koopa Troopa, or typing through words to avoid being gobbled up onto water. Eventually, it's time to type out a full story whilst navigating a classic Mario-style level. It's so odd to see Mario and his friends in the edutainment setting, and it's definitely a product of the 90s. This game was also one of the very first games where Mario spoke, voiced by Ronald Rubin, and in the later CD release, long-term Mario Charles Martinet voiced the plumber as well. Everyone knows the original arcade hit Donkey Kong, a classic where you play as Jumpman and climb levels to save Pauline from the devious Donkey Kong, and one of the rarer and kind of weird Nintendo gems had to be Donkey Kong 3. Instead of climbing levels and dodging barrels, this time we play as a gardener called Stanley. Stan has a greenhouse and lots of fresh fruit and veg. Delicious. And where does Donkey Kong come in? Well, the cheeky simian has broken in and is using bugs to try and ruin his crops. It's down to players to shoot down the bugs and spray Donkey Kong up the bum to protect Stan's produce. Donkey Kong 3 is such a bizarre game and a big departure from the classics, yet strangely compelling as a platformer and shooter hybrid. The game is available on the Switch Online service right now if you fancy giving it a go. After seeing all these weird Nintendo games, it's time to take a little break. Why not pop out to one of the finest Mushroom Kingdom hotels for a well-earned break? Hotel Mario may have Mario in the name, but it's really the devious Bowser that owns these hotels. Released on the ill-fated Philips CDI, the game was a quirky platformer that saw Mario closing doors. Yes, the plumber visits 7 different hotels and navigates various floors to close any open doors. It's such a really bizarre concept on paper, but the game is just oddly addictive. Enemies spawn on each of the floors and sometimes reopening those shut doors. Mario dashes across, uses lifts to ascend and hide from Bowser's pesky minions. Hotel Mario also has animated cutscenes in that distinctive, slightly creepy CDI style. Now on to something a little bit more recent, Doshin the GIant. First released on the Nintendo 64 DD, the game flourished on the GameCube in 2002. At Europe and Japan only release, we play as a creepy looking giant. A simulation game where we use this sort of cheeky yellow character to shape an island for the humans, protect the villagers from natural disasters and use the giant's sheer size to shape the landscape. It's a very strange and bizarre game that took Japan by storm, and it was one of the best-selling games of 2002. The more the giant helps the islanders, the more love it receives, the bigger it can grow during each day cycle. However, if you anger the residents, this once happy beast turns into Jashin, the freakish devil that brings on absolute destruction. Doshin the GIant is definitely one of Nintendo's weirder moments. Have you ever wanted to be rewarded for just watching TV? This GameCube gem, Pokemon Channel, is like the Gogglebox of Pokemon, where you help Professor Oak by researching various different Pokemon themed channels. You can watch Psyduck deliver the news, you can devour exclusive anime, and even watch the Squirtle shopping channel, and watch a quiz show hosted by the good old Wabafet. The game is a bizarre concept on paper, but strangely addictive given its nods to the anime show and all the Pokemon that we love. You can also give minigames a go and interact with wild critters as well. Whilst not as unusual as some of Nintendo's other weird games and spin-offs, this is definitely a departure from the battles and RPGs fans have come to love. It would be great to see something like this return on Switch with updated content, perhaps sitting inside the Pokemon TV app. We had to save the best for last. Zelda, the Wand of Gamelon is mean territory of Zelda goodness. Developed by Animation Magic, this game was released on the CDI. You play as Zelda. She sets out to find the King and Link who have been missing. Much like the other CDI Zelda games, this was brewed up with side-scrolling mechanics and creepy animation. Strangely iconic, but for all the wrong reasons. Wand of Gamelon was part of a trilogy of games released on the CDI as part of a deal with Nintendo. Neither Philips nor Nintendo were involved in development, so the small team were free to kind of get a little bit creative, and as a result launched some of the most bizarre takes on the Zelda series. So there we go, some weird and wonderful Nintendo games. What did you think of our selection? Let us know with a comment below and share some of those weird and wonderful games that you have played as well. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more geeky, more retro, more Nintendo videos, be sure to subscribe. And before you move on to the next video, be sure to check out our exclusive geeky and gaming merch with designs voted for by you. Links are in the description below. A big thank you for all your support. And there we go, a little glimpse at the weird and wonderful side of Nintendo that you don't see too often. A big thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.